When we think of bureaucracy, we usually picture this slow, complicated maze of rules. But what if a totally routine government meeting was actually a playbook, a guide to power, policy, and strategy, all hidden in plain sight? In this explainer, we're going to pull back that curtain and show you the incredible story hiding just beneath the surface. So, how much can you really learn from just one government meeting? Turns out, a whole lot. And this isn't just about what happened in the meeting itself. It's about learning how to see these things. We're going to use this one event as a case study to build a powerful analytical toolkit that you can apply to pretty much any large organization.
Okay, first things first. Let's get the key players straight so no one gets lost in the alphabet soup. ECA is the bureau running the show. MELI is the data team right at the heart of our story. Mode is just the name of their data system. And partners are the organizations on the ground, the ones actually doing the work and sending in the data. Got it? Good. Let's move on.
Now let's look at what's on the surface. The thing we're analyzing is basically a webinar. Its official job to walk government partners through the upcoming data reporting period. It's super technical, full of deadlines and processes. On paper, it is about as routine and boring as it gets. And listen to this, the meeting's host even kind of admits how dull this all can feel. This quote just says it all. Reporting can seem like an extra thing to do. But here's the secret. That extra thing is the key to the entire system. This is exactly where our deep dive really begins.
So let's peel back the first layer. This isn't just busy work to make sure people are following the rules. Nope. It's about building a case. All this data collection is actually feeding a really powerful pipeline, a data-to-advocacy pipeline. The info being typed into spreadsheets on the ground is destined for a much, much bigger stage. And the journey is a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, the partners collect the data. Simple enough. Second, the MELI team crunches the numbers. But the third step, advocacy, that is the whole ballgame. Leadership takes this data and uses it to fight for their budgets with the White House and to prove, hey, our programs are doing exactly what the administration wants. Every single data point becomes ammunition in these high-stakes political battles.
Okay, now for layer 2. So we've seen how data flows up to influence the big bosses, but policy flows right back down and changes what people are doing every single day. We're not talking about abstract political wins here. We're talking about a direct cascade that changes the nitty-gritty details of people's jobs.
So what's causing this cascade? Well, they spell it out for us, clear as day. 2 White House executive orders. And these aren't just suggestions. These are top-down directives from the highest level of government, and they demand very specific changes. And boom, here's the result. You can see the impact immediately, and it's not subtle. The question about gender is literally replaced with one about sex classification. A statement about diversity, gone, wiped from the key metrics. And an entire indicator that tracked people from minority-serving institutions, it's just deleted. This is policy directly reshaping reality by changing the data that even gets collected in the first place. We've seen data flowing up and policy flowing down. And now, we get to the absolute core of it. The structure of the organization itself is changing. An internal reorganization is almost never, ever just about efficiency. It is always a signal about power and what the new priorities are. And what is the official line they're telling their external partners about this huge shift? You shouldn't notice a change. This is classic bureaucratic doublespeak. It's designed to calm people down, to downplay what's happening. But let me tell you, anytime you hear that phrase, you should immediately ask yourself, okay, what's the change they're hoping I won't notice? Because the strategic reality is a massive power shift. The MELI data team, the one at the center of our story, is being moved out of its home bureau and combined with all the other evaluation staff. This centralizes the entire data and analysis operation into one powerful consolidated office. It creates a single choke point of control over the official story that the data tells.
This reshuffle was so disruptive it actually caused these informational meetings to get put on hold because nobody inside knew who was in charge of what anymore. So, what have we learned from all this? By taking apart one seemingly ordinary meeting, we've actually uncovered a powerful new analytical lens. This gives us a toolkit for reading between the lines of any bureaucracy, whether it's the government, a giant corporation, or any big institution. So here's your toolkit. First, always find the pipeline. Ask yourself where the information is really going. Second, trace the cascade. Connect the dots from high-level policy down to the mundane paperwork. Third, analyze the reshuffle. Remember that organizations are always about power. And finally, contrast the language. Pay close attention to the gap between what they say publicly and what's actually happening. And all this leaves us with one final question for you to think about. In your own world, whether it's at work or anywhere else, take a look at the data being collected, the forms you fill out, the reorganizations you go through, and ask yourself, what story is all that data being used to tell?